As we mentioned, Vice President Kamala Harris broke several barriers as she took the oath of office on Wednesday. She is now the first woman, first African American, and first person of South Asian descent to hold the nation's second highest office. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion has more on this historic moment.
I, Kamala Davy Harris, solemnly swear.
With her hand on the Bible that once belonged to her hero, Justice Thurgood Marshall, Kamala Harris made history.
So help me God.
Harris's moment was greeted with fist bumps, first by the 44th President Barack Obama, and then by Michelle Obama. A special moment and a long way from her humble California beginnings.
This neighborhood was full of kids.
Carol Porter and Kamala Harris met as two pigtailed girls growing up in Berkeley.
Kamala and Maya lived upstairs.
Below Harris's childhood home, Mrs. Regina Shelton's daycare, where Carol, Kamala, and her sister Maya often spent many days after school. Shelton became a second mom. Her brown Bible was also used for her swearing in.
It was called Shelton's Daycare Center. Kind of emotional. That, really took care of all of the kids in the neighborhood. She was just a really, really warm, loving person.
A lot of good memories there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And memories here at Thousand Oaks Elementary, where they helped desegregate Berkeley public schools.
She really had an opportunity to see what other people lived like that were different than her.
With the echo of her alma mater, Howard University's band, leading the way during the inaugural parade, Vice President Harris walked graciously into her historic first. The day was met by an outpouring of celebration. Her Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority sisters wearing pearls in her honor to celebrations held in her family's ancestral Indian village. Harris, whose first name is linked to the Hindu goddess of fortune, marked the moment too with a video dedicated to all of the women who paved the way.
I reflect on their struggle, and I stand on their shoulders.
The vice president's first official duty was to swear in 3 senators, including Alex Padilla, who fills the seat she held for 4 years. Asked how she feels about her new role, she told reporters, amazing. Lana?
Nikole, thank you so much. I am joined now by CBS News political contributor Antjuan Seawright. He's also a Democratic strategist. Antjuan, talk to us a little bit more about the significance of having Kamala Harris as our new vice president. And how do you think Vice President Harris's perspectives as a black woman and a woman of South Asian descent will shape decisions being made by the Biden administration?
When I was a child, I read a quote that says, "Little girls with dreams grow up to be women with vision." And when I saw Kamala Harris today, being sworn in by the first Latino member of the U.S. Supreme Court, and Justice Sotomayor, I saw not just a black woman with Asian descent. I saw an AKA HBCU graduate, member of the Links, former prosecutor, former U.S. senator, all those things wrapped in one, and all that made possible because black and brown voters came out in record fashion to make today possible. So it was an emotional day for a lot of us because if you're a black man like me, Lana, you saw your mother and your grandmother, you saw so many generations of women who would pray to see the day, or see the possibilities of today like today happening. So it was a special day. And then there will be little girls who will grow up and knowing that the first vice president of the United States they see will be a woman who looked like Kamala Harris. And the other aspect of today that moved me in a unique way, I saw a transfer of influence and power. I saw what 2 women who many viewed as some of the most transformational women of our day, Nancy Pelosi and Hillary Clinton. I saw them transfer energy and their reach to Kamala Harris today. And so because of all that, I think she's going to be a very effective partner for President Biden, but I think she's going to be an advocate for some of the more consequential constituencies in this country. And most importantly, I think she will be able to feel, see, and hear some of the issues that many of these communities that some of us live in have been feeling for generations after generations. And so I think her today, for all of us, whether you're Democrat or Republican, was a transformational day in this country.
Well, Antjuan, she has a lot of experiences behind her. Vice President Harris also brings to the White House her experience as a prosecutor and as a U.S. senator. How could we see the president utilize those skills in the next 4 years, particularly given that he's used to a collaborative relationship when he was vice president with President Obama? Does that give President or Vice President Harris perhaps more opportunities to put her stamp on this administration?
Well, the one thing we know about Joe Biden, he knows what he knows, and what he doesn't know, he surrounds himself by people who do know. And I think that is part of the reason why Kamala Harris and he make such great political partners. She is a product of the U.S. Senate. She has relationships and has garnered support and respect from both sides of the aisle. I think that's going to pay short and long-term dividends in terms of ushering through a legislative agenda through the U.S. Senate, the same way Joe Biden's relationships paid long and short dividends to President Barack Obama in ushering through perhaps some of the more consequential pieces of legislation of our day. And not to mention this, look, Kamala Harris can be an advocate for foreign policy. Some of the quality of life issues, whether it's healthcare, education, infrastructure, climate, some of the very things that we know this administration is going to tackle in the first 100 days. And so I think she's going to be a unique partner. I think she's a perfect fit. And I also think she brings a breath of fresh air for those who question the future of the Democratic Party. I think she represents the next generations of leaders. I also think she represents a type of leadership that is respected by Democrats and Republicans, young and the seasoned in this country, and she could be the political glue necessary to hold things together if they seem to fall apart some way, shape, or form somewhere else.
All right, Antjuan Seawright, thank you.